Showboating Sports, guys. We are on right now. We are doing our thing. So let me know if you guys can hear me or not. If you can hear this, let me know. Uh, we are on. Sorry, we took a little bit back about getting back into this thing, but we here. Let me adjust my mic. Hold on. Let me just adjust my mic real quick. All right, let me make sure I got it all. Hold on. All right, here we go. See if you guys can hear me. All right, anyway, we're gonna be talking today about, is Jamall Charlo mentally ready for this Canelo Alvarez fight? We're gonna talk about this tonight. We're gonna do, like I said, we're gonna do a little short little thing tonight, and come on in with this thing. And if you're new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Hopefully, you guys will. Thank you, guys. We got AAR in the building. Salute. Glad you are here. Like I said, it's been a minute since we've been on, but we are back full effect. And like I said, we're gonna talk about that tonight. So, does Jamall Charlo have what it takes to beat Canelo Alvarez? That's really the question. That's what I really want to know. In my thoughts, I just think that, man, the Charlos right now, they're going through so much stuff. Right now, mentally, they're having this mental thing of everything outside the ring that's affecting the inside of the ring. And that ain't a good thing, man. Oh, he said, AAR said he is not ready at all. Yeah, I don't think so either, man. But this is the thing. You know, we've been crying about this fight for so long. We've been crying back and forth about this fight. And it's sad, man. It's sad. It's sad to think that these guys should have been ready, man. But they say you got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. But the problem is, hold on, is my mic cutting out to you guys? Hold on, let me see. Hold on, guys. Let me make sure. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. But like I said, they say if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And these guys have so much stuff going on outside the ring with, shoot, hold on. We're gonna make this thing work tonight, guys. All right, hold on. Let's get it right. All right, there we go. So like I said, man, these guys got so much stuff going on outside the ring that it's affecting the inside of the ring, you know? And a true champion, you got to be a champion inside the ring as well as outside the ring. You know what I'm saying? And these guys have been for years, you know, they've been chasing Canelo, and it just seems to me that Canelo is deciding to fight these guys when he see them at their lowest point. But that can't be an excuse. Listen, we're not giving these guys an excuse. We're not giving these guys out. You guys have been begging for these fights, and it's a shame how the Jamall Charlo fight turned out. Man, I listen. I've always liked the Charlos, but the thing about a fighter that I think with anything, you got to come with how you got into that position that you're in. I think that you shouldn't change who you are. And I think that all these people out here are trying to calm these guys down to be something they're not. These guys are loud mouths. They're aggressive. They're on top of it. And I want to see these guys fight. I want to see these guys fight like they normally used to fight. You know what I mean? That dog. And I just don't understand what happened to Jamall. Jamall went in there in that thing, and I'm so I'm disappointed with that. I am disappointed with that. He said, big news today. Canelo Alvarez team has approved Charlo and Bud Crawford for the next two fights. ESPN, Deportes Boxing, Ego, Blue Blood Sports, and all the rest of these guys have put that up about that. Yeah, I've heard that too, that they approved it. But that's why I'm doing this video tonight. Is Jamall Charlo ready? That's the thing. And I like what you said earlier. You said that no, he's not ready. And I don't believe he's ready either. Not mentally, you know what I mean? But we can't come up with no excuses. Can't be no excuses. You know what I mean? If you guys been wanting this fight for so long, you guys got to be ready. Ready or not, here he comes. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be your biggest payday. It's your chance to step into the next level, to the elite level, if you were out there to be able to stop Canelo Alvarez. I mean, at the end of the day, I would have been okay if Jamall Charlo had went out on his shield. You know what I'm saying? And then knowing that these two brothers are beefing, Jamall went and won his last fight with Jose Benavidez, and he was like, man, tell my brother. And, you know, and these guys are having some mental breakdowns, man, and that goes a lot into a fighter. But all fighters are dealing with something. You know what I mean? Look at David Benavidez. He was dealing with getting caught with drugs. He also was dealing with not making weight, lost his belt, and then still wasn't getting the fights that he knew he deserved. But he switched up. Right now, he's at the top of his game, and right now is when Canelo should fight him. I think that Canelo should fight David Benavidez first, before he fights Jamall Charlo. I really do. But I don't want to see Jamall Charlo miss that payday or a chance at greatness, you know what I mean, to be on the next level. But if you're not ready, man, you're not ready. And what's going to happen is he's going to go out there and he could do himself. He's not. Jamel didn't do himself justice by not fighting. He should have fought tooth and nail for that. You know what I mean? He didn't even go in there, and I didn't even see him try. I didn't see him try. Do you think he tried, AAR? He said, what people are panning this fight because his brother just got a butt kicking and looked like a cash grab. Yep. Exactly what he looked like. And that's the same thing I was saying, AAR. He looks like a cash grab. That's what it looked like. That's exactly what it looks like. And you've been calling Canelo out, and that's the best you can do. You know what I mean? Even John Ryder, all the rest of these guys went in there, Rocky Field, and everybody put up a better fight than he did. You know what I mean? And Derrick James can only do so much. Derrick James, honestly, you can't blame Derrick James as a coach because he was on top of telling Spence what to do, telling Jamall Charlo what to do, and these guys just for some reason, we on the outside looking in, we can say, "Oh man, just do what he say." It's harder to do that, you know what I mean? Especially Jamel, you know what I mean? I don't know what was wrong with Spence, but we're gonna have a discussion about that another day. But the reason why I'm saying Jamel because these are two brothers that have that dog, you know what I mean? They're always lines only, and they always calling everybody out, and they're loud, boisterous, and all of that. And like I said, so many people have been trying to calm them down. Don't calm these guys down. Let these guys be as boisterous as they want to be. Let them talk all the cash shit they want to talk. You know what I mean? That's what made them be who they are, man. That's just like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, well, I'm ferocious. I'm going to do this. All the crazy stuff that Tyson said. But then when they put Tyson on that medication and he's out there coming out in the ring and he's sitting there rubbing sweat off his opponent's face and gentle, and you can see he doesn't have that killer instinct in him that he normally does. I didn't like that part of Tyson. Let Tyson go in there and say he's going to tear your head off. You know what I mean? That's what Tyson does. You know what I mean? And he talks it and he walks it. That's what he thrived on. And that's what Jamel and Jamall thrived on. And these two dudes are not doing that right now. Right now, I think, like I said, so much is going on outside the ring and they just can't get together. He said, well, Munguia and Benavidez should be the fights, but they are 50-50 fights. And Benavidez looks like a cruiserweight and a light heavyweight to me. Yep. Yeah, he looks that way to me too. He said he's too big for Canelo Alvarez, in my opinion. Yeah. I agree. Listen, I agree. But we can't give nobody no excuse. David Benavidez makes that weight. He's not weight drained the way Devin Haney was down at 135, right? He's making it. Spence was making 147. They weight drained. If you can't make that weight move up to something that's more comfortable, and I do understand that you guys want to take these fights, and I do, and I salute all these guys for taking these fights, man. But when you take these fights that have been put out for so long, are you really doing your career justice? You know what I mean? Like Spence, we hearing all this stuff that comes out on Spence, and I'm not going to make no excuses for Spence. But when I saw Spence come out, I said, something is wrong with Spence. Something's wrong with him. He looked like he was asleep, just woke up. He didn't look like the Spence that normally comes out to fight. You know what I mean? Something was wrong. We don't 100% know what it is. We heard he was running. He dehydrated himself running at high elevation over in Vegas. Then also we heard it was a rib injury. Then he's got this eye surgery and all of that. But Earl hadn't come out and said anything. But at the end of the day, like I said, we're going to talk about that on another video. But Jamel had nothing. He had nothing. He came out. He didn't have a problem making a weight because he's coming up from a smaller weight class and going up. But I just don't think that he was trying in that fight. There's something about that fight. It was just like a cash grab. Was it Canelo's power? Was it Canelo's ring savviness? What was it about Canelo, or is it about Canelo that when these guys get in the ring, they don't go for broke? That's the time you go for broke. You know what I'm saying? And if you feel like, listen, give me one round where you go for broke. And if it looks like Canelo seems to be too much for you, and then you go into survival mode, I can handle that. But I didn't see any of that out of Jamel. I didn't, and I hope I don't see the same thing out of Jamel, because it looks like Jamel came back with Jose Benavidez. But I will say this: when he fought Jose Benavidez, he actually looked a lot better than I thought he would look. You know what I mean? I thought he was going to have a lot of ring rust. I thought that when he got down there, that it was going to be a major problem with him fighting, with him fighting Jose Benavidez, not David Benavidez, Jose Benavidez. When I saw him fighting him, I thought he was going to be real rusty. His time was going to be off. He actually did a pretty good job. I wish he could have stopped him, but it seems like he needed all those rounds. He was hesitant, and I think some of it he wasn't 100% ready mentally, you know what I mean? And then after the fight, you can see all this mental stuff that he was going through, you know what I mean? He's the only way Canelo Alvarez beats David is if he chops him down with the body. Yeah, but the thing about it is he's not going to get to David Benavidez and chop him down, because David Benavidez is not going to allow Canelo to keep coming in there. His arms are longer, he's taller, and he can take punches and he can give them. And he's going to give them. He's going to go for broke. He right now is mentally ready for that fight. Do I think Jamall Charlo is ready for that fight? I don't think Jamall Charlo is ready for that fight. WAR said Earl Spence looks half high all the time. Hella blind. Yeah, I don't say hella blind, but okay. He said, man, ain't got no business fighting Terrence Bud Crawford, in my honest opinion. Hey, listen, I totally understand what you're saying. I disagree. Can we agree to disagree? And I'm gonna do another video about that. We'll go in a lot deeper on another one. We'll talk more about that. But I think that he deserves it. You know what I mean? He's put in the work all this time, and he deserves that. If he goes in there and loses this time, he deserves to be at his best to be able to do it. You know what I mean? So I think that's a good thing. I do think he needs to do that. He said, well, his brother, Benavidez Jr., still has a messed up knee. I think he was wearing that knee brace. Yeah, he does. He had a messed up knee, and Jamall wasn't turning him around, but Jamall, I think with the extra weight, it helped him out a lot. He actually looked good on that knee. You know what I mean? He looked a lot. Jose Benavidez did a lot better than what I thought he would do. He did, and it seemed like his knee is getting better over time. I think that you're gonna see a lot of better things with him, especially at that weight. Also, I think as you go up in weight, the opponent slow down just a little bit, and I think that helps. I think that at 140, at 147, that's not where he needed to be. And plus, it was just too soon to go in there and fight Crawford. You know what I mean? But he'd been wanting to fight Crawford. He had his chance. Crawford stopped him. And I think that these other guys, I think he's getting better. You know what I mean? I think he's getting back to the older Jose Benavidez, who actuality, people don't know this, that Jose Benavidez was, out of the two brothers, was the one that you thought was going to be in a better position than his brother David. He was a better fighter. Let's just say that he was actually a better fighter than David Benavidez until he got shot, and that kind of put him back a little bit. Just like Jamall Charlo was always the one that you would think was going to be the better one, right? But then Jamall started moving ahead, and you start thinking he was the better one. He said Benavidez Jr. has Lieutenant Brown Lumber 909 salute. Glad you're here, man. He said, sure. He said rematch clause must be expired by now, otherwise Spence has had 1 year. Yeah, listen. They giving Spence that fight. But listen, everybody can get over that. Spence gonna take that fight, and Bud's gotta give it to him. So my thing is, why fight it? Just go in there and do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? Bud did it once, he can just do it again. You know what I mean? But just let Spence be at his best. And my thing is, I'm okay with a fighter losing, but I want to see that fighter at his best. You know what I mean? He said, hell, Benavidez almost beat Bud Crawford. Fight was pretty close. I think what it was is Bud wanted to punish him. You know what I mean? Bud's got this thing. He wants to punish people a little bit. He wants to figure them out and punish them and stuff because of all the stuff that he talked, and he just was setting them up. And he knew his knee was going to eventually give out. He knew why he keep turning, going in and out, and doing all that stuff. Eventually, he was going to wear Benavidez down. See, Bud ain't going to come in with one punch in the first round and knock you out. You know what I mean? Bud has that power that he does have some knockout power, but Bud has that. He's going to wear you down. He's going to beat you down. He's going to take you into deep waters as fast as he can. Bud is really, dude, he knows his stuff about boxing. We got to give it to Bud on that, man. You know what I mean? And Spence is fighting an uphill battle wanting to fight Bud. But the thing that'll help Spence is getting up to 154. He's got to get up there. Wiz, salute. He said a one-legged Benavidez. Don't forget, bro. Yeah. Benavidez Jr. Jose Benavidez Jr. was one-legged though in there with Bud. He was. And Bud knew it. Bud knew it. Bud wanted to punch me. He asked for the fight. See, this is the thing. If you ask for the fight, you can't really make excuses. You got to get in there. And that's the same thing I'm saying with Spence. I'm not giving Spence excuses. I don't really think Spence is making excuses, but they need to have a reason, something out there, because most people saying they don't want to see that fight. So if nothing is wrong with Spence and Spence is at his very best and he got beat that easily, why would anybody pay for the fight? Nobody would. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm gonna do a video on that. I'm gonna do some other videos on that. I'm gonna talk about that some more. But like I said, so they got to do something. And my thing is, he beat Spence once, he got to beat him again. You know what I mean? But it still doesn't. It still doesn't. The fact is when you're ready for something, sometimes you go on these fights and you're not ready. Most fighters know that. But I don't understand it when a fight. And look at it. Take the Bud Crawford fight and Spence. Look how Spence went out on his shield. Did we see any of that with Jamall Charlo? We didn't see that. You know what I mean? If you got that dog in you, supposed to show you got that dog in you. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing with Jamall. Jamel didn't show he had dog in him, which we know he does. I don't know what the problem is. I'd rather see him lose like Spence than lose like what he did. I just lost a lot of respect, but I still like him as a fighter. I just think that these guys are going through something mentally, but that does not matter. He asked for that fight, and if you keep chasing Canelo down and Canelo gives you what you want, then you got to be ready. You got to be ready, bro. You can't go in here coming up with no excuses. You just can't do it. You know what I mean? But David Benavidez is ready right now today. But I don't think Jamall Charlo is ready right now today. I don't. But ready or not, Canelo's coming. You know what I mean? But I do think that I personally, like I said, with the Jose Benavidez fight with Jamall Charlo, I think Jamall Charlo came back in. It was a good fight to take. He got 12 rounds, so he got some rounds out. He didn't look tired. He didn't work that jab, that power jab, like I know that he has, but I think mentally he just need to get back in there and play it safe. He didn't want to lose, and I just think so much other stuff was out there. But you know what I mean. So he said, "Look, you don't want to see Bud Crawford that second time, and your eyes are effed up." No, sir. Nope. Nada. Hey, AAR is saying, what do you guys think? AAR is saying that Spence don't want to see Crawford the second time, and you already got an eye injury. You know what I mean? What more? You know, Spence keeps playing this Superman stuff, man. I just wish that he hadn't taken that fight if he was not ready. You know what I mean? Now I say if. I don't know what was going on. I don't know, and I'm not giving him no excuse on that one. He went in and he lost. So I don't know. So I don't know what he's going to do the next time. In my opinion, he didn't look like he was ready the night of the fight. The night of the fight, he came in. My first reaction before, as he was coming in to his dressing room, I was like, something don't look right. Like he looked sleepy. He looked like he looked tired. He just didn't look like the regular Spence. But that is what it is. We're moving past that. So what is he going to do next? And Jamall Charlo, I don't know where the hell he goes next either, because he done hurt his reputation big time, man. You got in there with Canelo, you called out Canelo, and you didn't show no dog in you, man. So much so that Bud said he don't even want to fight you no more. You know what I mean? So how can you even, what can you do? What can you do at this point? Only thing you can do in there is go in there and lay some people out first 2 rounds and get your respect back, because a lot of the boxing people ain't respecting him behind that. Nobody is, a lot of people lost respect for him. A lot. He said, and you brought all that stuff up about why you lost. Nope. Yeah, but listen, I know Spence had to have that eye surgery. He put it out there, but I don't know, man. I don't know. But my biggest thing is Jamall losing to Canelo and not fighting back. And it scares me for Jamall, because Jamal's been going through the same thing, the divorce and the assault charges and all that other stuff. And then now he's finally made it back to the ring. He said he's there, he's happy, but I need to see him back to the old Jamall talking stuff. I got to see that, man. I got to see it, because if he's not ready, what's the point in the fight besides a cash grab? You're gonna mess up you're messing up your legacy. But there's no excuses if you climb your butt in that ring. Well, listen, you call Canelo out, Canelo answered the call. So what you gonna do, bro? What you gonna do? You got to take it. He said Charlo was too happy on fight week, looked like a cash grab. That's what it looked like to me. And I know Derek James tried to help his boys conduct themselves a little bit better. You know what I mean? So that's just what Derek James does, but it seems like it takes a little fire away from him when he does that. I guess when he's in there talking crazy and doing all that, he just pissed off. I like a pissed off Jamall Charlo. I like a pissed off Jamall Charlo. And they always pissed off. They always aggressive. Them guys are overly aggressive, and everybody look at them like, dude, y'all are just overly aggressive. And I like it. I like it because that's who they are. You know what I mean? That's who they are. That's just like Rolly not talking stuff or Blair Cobb's not talking stuff. I want them dudes to talk stuff because that's what they do. AB, he talks stuff, you know what I mean? So that's what they do. Let a fighter be who he is. He said Benavidez got to move on. Canelo clearly doesn't want that fight. He needs to go ahead and fight Morrell. Yep. Listen, I agree. I agree with you on that. I don't think he need to wait around for Canelo, but I still would just keep trying to smoke Canelo on that of those bushes. You know what I'm saying, Wiz? Because think about it like this. You've worked so hard. That one fight right there can change your whole life and put you in there with the elites, right? He's proven himself all the way. What he did to Andre, Boo Boo Andre, what he did to Caleb Plant. I mean, he's showing that he is a monster, dude. He is showing it. And I wish he would get that fight, but like you said, I don't think he needs to wait around. He needs to go and take that other fight. You know what I mean? You got to fight these guys anyway. Go in there, knock that dude out, and come on with it again. You know what I mean? And if Bivens ready, take Bivens on. You know, you can't keep waiting on Canelo. Even though I want him to get that fight, but the thing about it is every time somebody waits on a fighter, they're not ready when that fighter chooses to answer the call. You know what I mean? It's like Spence kept arguing. I want Bud. I'm not moving up. By the time Bud agreed to that, he went and had a tune-up fight, and he was ready. Spence needed to be fighting. He had one fight after all that. Spence needed to stay active too. You know what I mean? And these fighters know what they're doing, man. It's all strategic with them, man. You know what I mean? That's why they don't take these fights right off. They take these fights later when they feel like they're ready. You know what I mean? He said, well, hell, you make $10 to $20 million with Canelo Alvarez. Guys smiling, bro. Happy times. Yeah, he is. He is. Huckmos 365. Salute. Yeah, man, I want to come on tonight. We want to get your opinion on here. Do you think Jamall Charlo is mentally ready for Canelo? What's your thoughts on that, man? That's the thing that's the thing that we're all trying to figure out here. You know what I mean? Is he ready? And should he have taken the fight? Because, you know, Canelo actually called him out first. And he said, nah, I want another fight first, which I thought was smart. He said he wasn't ready. I thought he was smart. But Canelo's like, I'm knocking on your door again. And Canelo ain't going to keep knocking on your door. So do you guys think that fight will get him ready? I think physically, he showed me with fighting Jose Benavidez. Physically, he's ready. You know what I mean? But mentally, I just didn't see that killer instinct in there. He just really wasn't 100% sure. It's like he was battling with something mentally. But hopefully, maybe that's all that's gone. Huck said mentally no, but physically yes. Yep, we said the same thing. Mentally no, but physically yes. But what can we say? He's been calling him out all this time, right? You've called Canelo out for all these years. We can't make any excuses for this. We got to let this fight go out the way it's supposed to go out, right? And so we can't make excuses on that. We got to let it roll. But I just hope that it is. ATL unanimous. Salute. Man, what's your thoughts? Do you think Jamall Charlo is ready for this Canelo Alvarez fight, right? I'm still upset about Jamel. You know what I mean? Jamall has been calling him out. Canelo answered the call. He said he wasn't ready. He passed out for his little brother. Jamel accepted the fight. Jamel came out and did not answer the call, man. I am so disappointed in Jamall Charlo. And it's just like AAR said earlier. He said that he thinks that he was happy through fight week and it looked like a cash grab. And that's the way it looks. It looked like it's a cash grab. That's the way it looks. And to me, it's like, come on, man. You guys keep calling these dudes out. You got to go out there and go for broke. I would rather see Jamel go out like Spence than go out like he did. You know what I mean? At least go out trying. You know what I'm saying? If you had 1 or 2 rounds in there where you got knocked down, you got hurt, and you went in survival mode, I'd be like, hey, he tried, but he went in survival mode. I get it. He tried to live to fight another day, right? Spence laid it all out on the line. No matter how bad he was hurt, he kept getting back up. And that's what you want to see with a fighter. You know what I mean? And let them stop the fight. Let them throw in the towel. Let Derrick James then pull him back, right? But you don't pull yourself back. You know what I'm saying? He said, why is the WBC allowing Canelo to steal duck David Benavidez? Yeah, that's the question. Why? Well, I think, you know what? Canelo's the cash cow, bro. He just really is. You know what I mean? And Canelo is starting to take the fights that we want to take, even though these guys are not ready. And Canelo's timing is perfect for Canelo, but the timing is not ready for these other guys. But these other guys got to stay ready. That's their fault. You know what I mean? And so whatever's going on outside the ring, man, you got to try to straighten that up because you got to be a champion in and out of the ring. You know what I mean? And everybody's going through something. That's why I said earlier today, we can't give these guys no excuses because David Benavidez, he had a drug problem he got caught with, a drug situation. He came back from that. He lost his stuff on the scale. Twice he did that. You know what I mean? And he's back. He's fighting people. He's back where he needs to be. And he was going through stuff mentally. You know what I mean? He was. So what can you say? We can't give these guys a pass. They've been calling Canelo out. So they got to go get this. They got to go get it ready. He said, Canelo Alvarez is shot caller in boxing. Yeah, he is. Why would he fight the other Charlo? Well, because listen, Wiz, he asked to fight Jamall, right? But Jamall had a long 2-year layoff, and Jamall was like, I'm not ready. So fight, and I'm like you, but Jamel was calling him out, and Jamel was undefeated. You know what I'm saying? He was undisputed. So if an undisputed champ calls you out, he's like, hey, come on up here. Let's play big bank, take little bank. I'm the big boy, and you want to run up? Hey, that's an easy victory for me. So I don't blame Canelo on that. If you talk it up, then you got to back it up. And to be honest, he's a bigger dude than Canelo. And nobody told him to go in there and put on all that weight. You know what I'm saying? He put on a lot more weight. He could have came in a little bit lighter. He should have been letting them hands go. He was not letting his hands go. He did not go out on his shield, man. He just didn't. And a lot of people lost respect for him. You know what I mean? And Bud even lost respect for him. Bro was like, man, I want to fight him. I don't want to fight him no more. You know what I mean? But if he's got the belts, Bud's got to go up and try to go get him. But, man, a lot of people, when they start thinking that you ain't got the heart for it, they're going to go guns blazing. He said Canelo should fight Jaime Munguia in May and fight David Benavidez in September. That would be good. That would be good. That would be good. He said just a little Bobby Brown. Yeah, just a little bit of Bobby Brown in there. But yeah, man, so Canelo, I would like to see Canelo fight Jaime Munguia. I really would, If Jaime's ready, let him go up in there. But Canelo's going to beat Jaime. Jaime can't beat Canelo. He can't do it. He had a little bit of, he beat John Ryder, but Canelo's a whole different beast, man. He is. I like Jaime Munguia, but Canelo said he don't like Oscar De La Hoya, so he's not going to fight Jaime Munguia because he don't want Oscar De La Hoya to be making money. What goes on outside the ring does affect the inside of the ring. It really does. And plus, all these people that called him out, he like, hey, come on, let's answer the call. You guys called him out, so it's time to answer the call. You know what I mean? So what are they going to do next? At the end of the day, ready or not, here Canelo comes. I thought maybe a few years ago, I was wanting to see that fight, and I thought Jamall Charlo would stand a better chance at beating Canelo. But right now, like we said earlier, he's physically ready, but I don't think he's mentally ready. Said Charlo lost another belt last week. Yeah. They're going to strip him of all them belts, bro. Because, they're not making any money with these fighters sitting around doing nothing, right? So listen. He's already was undisputed champion. He took a loss. He's got some problems going on outside the ring. Let all these other people go in there and let these people fight. Because what it does is it's showing you right now, every time we let these fights marinate, every time we let these fighters dodge a fighter or fight them later, something comes up. You know what I mean? Spence had a wreck. Spence had an eye injury. Jamall Charlo had stuff going on outside the ring. Jamall Charlo, something outside the ring. It's always something, man. You know what I mean? It's always something. So at the end of the day, we got to let these fighters get in there and get their shots at the belt. Just do. Because that's what's going to keep boxing alive, and that's what's going to keep these boxers sharp. A boxer does not stay sharp fighting once a year. They have to fight 2 or 3 times a year. Their timing, their conditioning, mentally, they stay mentally ready. And most of it is all mental. At that level, it's all mental. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people got skills. They did enough to get there. Their skills work for them, and the skills pay the bills. But mentally is where it's at. And that's why they try to get in each other's heads. You know what I mean? And all fighters fight with injuries. You know what I mean? They all don't have the best training camps. They all get hurt a little bit, So at the end of the day, you can't really use an excuse. And I hate putting it out there because it's like I'm making excuses with Spence. And I really, really, really like Spence. You know what I mean? I really do. But it's not an excuse. Whatever's wrong with him, I felt before the fight started there was something wrong with him. But he came in there, so you lost. You got a beat down. He took a beat down. Jamall Charlo, wasn't nothing wrong with him, bro. Nothing was wrong with Jamall Charlo. Nothing was wrong with Jamall. So now we look at Jamall. So can Jamall say the same thing? Can Jamall go in and say, well, mentally, even though we say that, we know mentally he's not 100% right. Should he even take this fight? Should he wait one more fight? Should Canelo fight Jaime Munguia and then Jamall Charlo next? Or I think, honestly, it's like what y'all said. Jaime Munguia would be a good one. And then David Benavidez. And then, the winner of that fights Jamall Charlo. You know what I mean? I think Jamall Charlo, I would like to see Jamall Charlo get another fight in between, but he can't wait around because the cash cow is not going to beat her. Canelo's not going to keep letting him do it. Canelo's going to say, he's scared. He don't want to fight, especially if he fights somebody else and looks incredible his next fight. If Jamall Charlo gets in there and works that jab and knocks somebody out with that jab, Canelo is not fighting him. If he turns back into the old Jamall Charlo, Canelo's not fighting him. Canelo's going to fight him now because he sees weakness in him. He said, Coach Malachi said days of top fighters fighting is over. Yep. Said popularity contest on social media for following and big money. Yeah, that's what it is. But listen here, AAR. The reason why it's like that is because the sanction bodies have allowed for that to happen. You understand what I'm saying? They've allowed for that. One thing we can say about Floyd wasn't holding all the belt. Floyd wasn't trying to be undisputed. You know what I mean? Really? Floyd was picking and choosing who he fought, but it still gave enough room for other fighters to go out and get belts. You know what I'm saying? But when you got somebody that's holding the belts like Canelo holds all the belts, right? It's hard, And the people he's giving a fight to, like Jamall Charlo, I mean, come on, it was a long shot, but I figured Jamall Charlo would give him a run for his money, possibly could win. But dude, it wasn't even a fight, man. It wasn't even a fight. Reese, salute. He said, how Charlo jump in line ahead of Bud? Oh, you mean to fight Canelo? Or is that who you're referring to? If that's who you're referring to with that is because Jamall was a little bit closer to the weight, plus he was calling him out and was undisputed, but Bud was fighting Spence, So he's got to go through that. I actually do think that Bud, Canelo would have fought Bud if Bud had beat Spence earlier. Beat Spence and then was in that whole whatever how it's going to play out is up. But I think that they're saying that he'll fight Jamall, then fight Bud after that. That's what they're saying. But hey, we'll see. We'll see about that. He said Canelo Alvarez seems to be following Mayweather's system. Yeah. Well, listen, Canelo's a legend right now, man. I mean, his status is already there, man. He's already at status where he's gonna go down with greatness. You know what I mean? So right now he can pick and choose who he wants to fight, when he wants to fight him, how he wants to fight him. He calls all the shots. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, if you're gonna call this dude out, you got to be ready. If Canelo says we're gonna fight in a cardboard box, you got to be ready to fight in that cardboard box. Yep. So Canelo runs the show, man. And then Canelo can jump from network to network. So what you going to do? You know what I mean? What are you going to do? Because think about it like this. Everybody likes David Benavidez, but everybody looks at Canelo is the man for David Benavidez to beat, not the other way around. They look at it like, even though Canelo dodged David Benavidez, who do you say in there is the man at boxing? It's going to be Canelo. So we want to see if David Benavidez can beat Canelo. You know what I'm saying? David Benavidez is going to be B-side. Canelo is A-side. He's A-side. So there's nothing nobody can do about it. There's nothing nobody can do about that, man. He's going to be A-side, man, all day long. So what it does is it just puts them not at a disadvantage. It puts them in a situation where, they got to dance to the beat of his drum. They got to. What they going to do? Say, I don't want to fight you, Canelo. I'll move on and miss out on a good payday, miss out on a chance. But if you waste your chance like Jamall did, it's just sad, man. It's just sad. But anyway, guys, I want to get on here tonight and talk to you guys and talk to you guys a little bit about this. Oh, here we go. Here we go with that. Here we go. All right. But like I said, I want to get on here and talk to you guys about that a little bit. So that's going to be, I'm going to go ahead and get on off here tonight. but I will be back. All right, can you guys? All right, yeah. So I will be back on soon, you guys. I know you guys hear this all the time. So, but anyway, we'll be back. We're gonna do another one real soon. And so here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and anybody hold on. He said Jaime Munguia versus Caleb Plant. Yeah, that would be a good fight. That'd be a really good fight. I would like to see that fight. Jaime Munguia versus Caleb Plant. I would love to see that fight. I think that'd be a good fight. That right there would be a good fight. I really like that fight. I hadn't thought about that. Jaime Munguia versus Caleb Plant would be an awesome fight. I actually like that. I like that. I'm gonna have to think about that a little bit more, because I think that should be a fight that should go down. I think that should be Jaime Munguia's next fight should be Caleb Plant. I do. I really do. Or Andre, right? Or Caleb Plant and Andre. Those would be good fights. You know what I mean? Get him one more in there, because Canelo said he's not going to fight Jaime Munguia because he doesn't like De La Hoya. So what can you do? You can't just let this guy sit on the shelf. He's turning it up. He deserves to get his shot. He said Canelo should be stripped. He shouldn't be allowed to do what he wants and give us the fights he chooses. Why the hell do we have a ranking system? Yeah. Hey, Wiz, I really do think so too. I do, but Canelo puts butts in seats. You know what I mean? But I think the sanctioning body should push it, but Canelo's just going to drop the belt. He's bigger than the belts now. Because if, let's say Canelo drops all his belts, do you think that people not going to still be gunning for Canelo? They're still going to gun for Canelo. So the sanctioning body's like, hey, we still want to make a little bit of money off of that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if David Benavidez had the WBC belt, the main belt that Canelo has, we still would want to see him fight Canelo. If Canelo gave rid of all his belts, we still want to see that fight. You know what I mean? That's just my thought process, man. But anyway, guys, that's straight up no chaser. If you guys are new to the channel, please feel free to like, subscribe, and share it. But we will be back on. Make sure you guys hit the notification bell icon at the top so you'll know when these videos are coming out. And so until next time, guys, peace. I'm out. See you guys next time.